What up, fam? Welcome back to the channel, and I hope everybody and their families are doing well amidst everything that's going on right now. So from the time lapse, you see me put my car up on ramps, you see me taping off some stuff on the bumper, and what I want to show you real quick, thanks to iJDMTOY for hooking it up. They sent me their 30-watt 6000K xenon puddle lights, and you can run these on your bumper, you can run these underneath your car, like say on your side skirts if you want to. A lot of people, they really don't want to mess around with their bumpers because obviously you got to go drilling into it, and that is why you have to be pretty accurate. So as you can see here, guys, just as a guide, just make sure you can do whatever you want. But what I did, I used frog tape just to follow the curvature and line everything up like that. Now, you might think some of your lines are actually straight, but they're not. These lines over here are a little bit curved, so keep that in mind. That's why you want to use tape when you're doing it. And you want to get it as close as possible. Once you line it up properly, measure in between and get the center points, and you'll be all right. I know, it's scary, right? I know. All right, guys, what's in the box? When you open up the box, the puddle lights are in a nice sealed bag, and they give you a pretty dope 21mm hole saw. Guys, you really can't screw this up even if you tried. As long as you get your measurements right, the hole is exact where this tubing here, this portion fits into the hole, and then you screw this from the back of the bumper. And these connections right here, these can be disconnected, so you're putting this through your hole, then connecting it back up on the back end to this portion right here to get power. Now, see right here, I stripped the wire, I put a tap on here, and the reason why I did all the legwork for you guys. So normally this module right here is snapped into this bracket, so I took it out, bring the bracket right up here. Now there's a cluster of wires, guys. You take your nifty tester, hook it up to your negative terminal, and however you want to hook this bad boy up, you can hook it up. You can hook it up where, like, my fog lights and my sequential LED turn signals and running lights is hooked up where once I power the ignition on, it comes on. But what I will be doing, I tapped into this white wire right here. What this wire represents, if you have your headlights on auto, which means that it comes on as soon as it senses darkness, the headlight and the C-type running light comes on. And that's when these puddle lights are gonna come on as well. So that's what I'm doing. You don't have to do that. That's my choice. Sky's the limit. Now, things that you're gonna need, guys, by the way, it's freaking hot out here. Definitely some painter's tape or frog tape, 10mm socket, taps, pry tool. The 10mm and the pry tool, obviously you need that to take off your bumper. Guys, I'm not going to show you how to take your bumper off. I have tons of videos on there. I'll drop one up top. Measuring tape, a level. I had to take off my license plate from the relocation position because I'll be in the way. You also need your nifty drill for the hole saw. And that's really it. Now, if you notice, the bumper is still on. I kept the bumper on here because I needed the height of the bumper being on the car so I could put the tape and do the measurements properly. Because once you put it on the floor, it's gonna be a little bit low, and I'm tall, so that's the only reason why I left it on. But now I know if I drill holes here, I've taken this off enough times where I know if I drill holes here, I'm not hitting anything. I'm not gonna be hitting like some type of important pipe or anything like that. So I could actually drill the holes while the bumper is on, and I know nothing would happen. Okay guys, so I just finished marking everything up and I put extra tape here so I have on these two to make sure I have the line set up. It's both on the same side. And what I did was I also put the relocation kit back on because I wanted to see how much leeway I had from the edge of this so I'm not covering the bulb. So what I did was I went a centimeter from the tape on the inside. So each bulb is going to be like around 77 millimeters apart. I got it down packed. So also when you take this bumper is actually partially off already. I just got 2 screws just holding on to it because I had to put the relocation kit back on. But once you take it off, there's nothing behind it. So even if you had drilled the holes from the start with the bumper on, nothing would not have happened. You wouldn't have hit anything critical per se, unless you actually put something custom in there. All right guys, once again, as I said, this is a guide. You guys can do whatever you want, and here we go. All right guys, I had to bring this in the garage because there's a little tiny thing I forgot to mention. It's called heat stroke. So before I get one, I was like, let me come in the garage. I've been sitting out there for hours because I had to make sure that my measurements was on point. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so this is the bulb setup right here. It's daisy chained, and as I told you guys, I tested the product. It works. I already checked the wire that you need to tap into, or I'm tapping into. So now you have 5 over here on this side. You got 5 on the driver's side right here, where this is where the wire is. So I'm gonna put this section here is gonna be on this side because the wire is being tapped in where the battery is on the driver's side. So I just wanna show you something real quick. It's a pretty dope setup they have here. So this is how it works. So now you see some threads right here. They made this, and this is what I was trying to tell you before. So now you pull this out like this. You screw this out first. You screw this section out first. You could take it out. Then you run. Can you see? Yep. All right. So you screw that out first. You run it through the hole like so. Once it sits in there like exact. That's what I told you. That 21 millimeter hole saw was the shit. So now when it sits in there, okay, let me show you what happens. All you do, you reconnect it. Now there's a little tab in here and there's a little slit right over here. Just make sure you line it up. Once you put it in like so, you screw this in just like this, and it makes for a nice watertight fit because there's a nice piece of rubber in there as well. What I'm going to do is I will put some dielectric grease in this. I have my own. That'll help dispel any type of water and moisture as well, just as another layer of protection. And then you just do that for all the bulbs, and then we hook it up. I'll show you the finished product. All right, peeps, so you pretty much get the concept. So either on this end, or it doesn't matter, but well, I would rather you put it on an end. See this right here? This one here, this is where the circuit ends. So when you start, you daisy chain it, daisy chain, daisy chain, daisy chain, and the circuit ends right here. And then the other one, just like this one, is gonna be on the other end. This right here, they just heat shrink this because it ends unless you buy more, daisy chain more of them. But that's the concept of it. If you notice in the time lapse, you see I end up having to screw this one back out because I had 5 regular ones. You get what I'm saying? So you will have to, one of these here, this is the end of the circuit. So this one is going to be on this end, and then another one like this is going to be on the other side, right? So you pretty much get the concept. I'm just going to button up the other side real quick, and then we're going to go back to the car. All right, guys, so this is how it looks. It actually looks freaking beautiful and spaced out just right, nice and even. And if you want to be super neat, as I told you, like I was daisy chaining the rest of the wires, what I did was when I was finished, drill a little hole in the tab here, here, over there, and right there, and you run the wire. So because what'll happen is you don't want that stuff hanging all over the place. So it's nice, and you know you're being neat. And now you have your wire on the driver's side that will connect to the circuit. And I'll give you a quick look at how it looks. Got a spare battery for such occasions. Pretty freaking dope, right? So now let's go to the car. All right, guys, so I will show you guys real quick how I came up with the white wire. I have many videos on testing wires, stuff like that. So guys, be careful. Make sure you have your tester on the negative portion. Please be careful with what you're touching. Now, my sequential LED and my fog lights, the same cluster right here, they're connected to this red wire right here. That only has power when the ignition is on. So now what you want to do is just turn the lights on itself and test the wire. So now I just turned on the lights myself, and you'll see what I'm saying? So there's power to it. I'm gonna shut the lights off and you'll see what happens. Lights are off. Nothing. Nada. So what happens is now with the automatic lights, as soon as it gets dark or if it's covered, it's gonna trigger the headlights to come on with the C running lights, and your puddle lights will turn on. All right, peeps, so everything is neat. All the wire connections are made, and they looks beautiful. Let's test them out real quick. Pretty damn bright, right? That's what I'm talking about, man. Not a bad deal. All the stuff is gonna be in the link in the description anyway. So shit looks really, really dope, man. Really, really sick. I don't know how well it's picking up. It's pretty bright even in the daylight. It's a really nice white too. Really, really nice white. Love it. Love, love it. Damn. Really, really brings out the front end. And it's gonna come on automatically too, as soon as it gets dark. That's freaking sick, man. Love it. All right, let me put this bumper back on. All right, peeps, bumper is back on. Damn, shit looks freaking sick, man. Definitely dope. And the good thing about this Turbo Excess license plate, relocation plate, this actually I can actually put this anywhere I want and slide it and move it. So now all I gotta do is just slide it around so it's not impeding on the light at all. So people can see it or whatever, and I'm not blocking my intercooler that much or anything like that. Dude, this shit is nice. Check this out real quick. It is freaking super bright too. And what I did was I got it for the entire length of the bezel, from end to end. So it's a nice stretch. It's not too close. It's not too close at all. It looks beautiful. Damn, I'm gonna show you guys something at night. All right, so just an example of how it works. What I did was I covered the light sensor. Watch when I pull it off. Watch what happens. Bam! Shit works. Now I'm gonna put this back. Let's wait for the sensor to pick up. Bam! That's what I'm talking about. Not gonna lie, this shit looks so freaking dope. Yo, and that Turbo Access license plate relocation kit came in clutch too. Where I can literally, I adjusted it and just moved it over. Most license plate relocation kits, you cannot even think about doing that. I literally moved that over so you can see the lights. Yo, that shit is nice. Wow. Beautiful, man. Definitely like, subscribe, and comment, guys. Let me know what you think. Shit is beautiful.